Hey booze, hey, do your blankets feel like super glue in the morning? Well, sis, it's time to shake them off. Welcome to Wake Up Happy Sis, the show that jumpstarts your day with a bang. We're strolling down these self-care streets as we navigate the maze of wellness and healing. We're helping you live happy, healed, and whole. And we do it all with a hearty dose of belly laughs for good measure. Stay tuned and get ready to wake up happy, sis. Welcome, everybody. Hey, booze. Hey, it's your girl, Leanne Dose, founder of Wake Up Happy Sis, with my fabulous co-host, Sharonda Seeley. And you're tuned in to another fabulous episode of the Wake Up Happy Sis show on KCCR Cityscape Radio. And you know, if you've been here before, we are all about changing the narrative for our people because we are always telling our story our way. Today, we are talking about the power of pause, mastering stress and anxiety. And it's all about flipping the script on stress. Okay. We have a fabulous guest, Tara Bennett Smith, who is a seasoned director, actress, and wellness advocate. And we are really going to be unpacking everything from mindfulness techniques, because I'm all about that mindfulness, anxiety busting strategies, things of that nature, because our goal is always to help you live happy, healing, and fulfilling lives. So Tara brings a wealth of experience in both the entertainment industry and personal wellness, but I'm going to bring her up and let her introduce herself. Now, as I always say, grab your favorite cup of whatever you want to drink in this morning, because I've got mine. Ain't nothing in here but water, though. Don't see me all ours, because we got to stay hydrated. And let's get comfy and let's get ready to learn about these stress triggers. Oh, and we got us another. Oh, see, she done came on. She done came back.
Two shows in a row.
Boss lady coming back in. Y'all welcome Dr. Clark, the founder and owner of Cityscape Radio, Brownstone Worldwide, has joined us. Hey, Dr. Clark.
Hey, Miss Leanne. How are you?
We're fabulous. We're just welcoming our guest, Tara. She's about to tell everybody about herself before we get this show started. So welcome, Tara. We appreciate you so much for taking your time out to join us on the Wake Up Happy Sis show.
Well, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Good morning, everyone. I'm assuming it's morning wherever we all are, because no matter what time, unless you're in London somewhere. But
right.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat it up.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, okay. Well, I'm from New York. I'm a native New Yorker. And I have been kind of engrossed in the entertainment industry in various fields both sides of the camera. Started out doing a lot of theater in New York. I was on Broadway, then I was a recording artist on RCA, so I got to do the whole tour. One of my highlights of performing on Soul Train and meeting Don Cornelius, because, growing up, we used to do the Soul Train line every Saturday morning.
Yes.
So one of my friends, when we actually did that as a recording, when we were recording, and our song did okay. We were top 40 on Billboard. But my friend said, "Do you realize that's an iconic, one of the iconic things you've done?" I said,
"That's part of my childhood, ma'am."
I know
all of our childhood.
And that's why when he said that, it just clicked. I was like, oh my God. And you know how dry Don Cornelius can be sometimes. He's very kind of, so what do you got coming up? But he was, I wish, maybe I'll send you the clip of the video. He was flirting with me in a very sweet way, but I was like, oh my God, he got a little personality. So anyway, I've pretty much done everything. Did a lot of television, transitioned over to directing and producing, but always was an advocate for wellness. And I say wellness in mind, body, and spirit, because one without the other is kind of, it's okay. But, if you have a clear mind, but your diet is sucked and you have a bunch of illnesses, then you're fighting a whole other aspect of being well, So I'm really about putting all those pieces together. And so that, as I age, and I'm doing that regardless, as long as I'm here, I have an opportunity to age. I want to be able to, as Chef Babette said, if I get fall down, I don't want to have to call Life Alert. As
That's
I get older, I want to be able to get up. So
right.
I've always been that, and so it's an ongoing process. I found out, teaching and growing and being my better self. It never changes. I mean, it never stops. I'm
Yes.
always constantly working on another. And as soon as I think I got one thing lined up, okay, we tackled that. Here comes part three, or part four, part five. So I've learned that it's never going to be done. It's always going to be a process. And then you get the tools to manage the different aspects of you learn tools so that life doesn't become stressful, or if it does, it's more because you don't have tools to know how to manage the stress. So I've kind of done a little bit of everything in the in my industry, and wellness is something that's really, really important to me. Yeah.
Yes. And I like what you said, because that's really what we think here at Wake Up Happy Sis is wellness, healing, all that is a journey. It is not a
Yes.
destination. It is a continuous journey, because we're always learning how to manage and navigate. It's about how do we manage all these triggers that pop up. Like you said, you think you mastered one, and then here comes another one,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So it's a continuous, it's just like learning. Learning
Yeah.
is a lifelong thing. Healing and learning how to be happy and how to live your best, most fulfilling, well life is a journey, and we learn new things every day. And I think what you said is so important, especially about stress, because we do need the tools to learn how to navigate stress. And there's
Yes.
good stress and bad stress. And how do we leverage stress as a way to motivate and spur us
Right.
instead of holding us back? So we're going to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about those things today. And y'all just jump right in. Y'all know I got all the tips and all that, but this is a discussion. So,
I just wanted to say one thing
yeah.
because I normally, I have three children. That's also part of my journey that I can't leave them out because they are one of the main reasons
Mm-hmm.
why I think before I had kids, it was very important for me to parent from my healthiest place, that I was not repeating what was given to me. And I do my workshops, and they're called redesigning your blueprint and
Mhm.
rewriting your life script. And I didn't want to continue on with the blueprint, unfortunately, that I was given, because I knew that blueprint had flaws and issues. And unfortunately for my parents, and that's all they knew.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
they just kind of repeated what they knew, and they gave me that blueprint. And although I knew it didn't fit well, it was like wearing something that didn't belong to me. It wasn't until I got older and started to really separate from my family, some moved out to LA, that I had a chance to really dive into, this is a life that was given you. You don't have to follow this blueprint. But how do you break those habits? How do you break these
Right.
patterns? It became really a conscious effort of doing that so that my children
Mhm.
had a running start, that I was not giving them the same dysfunctions, unfortunately, that I was given. And to forgive those dysfunctions, because people can only do the best that they can do with what they know. But
Yeah,
once you know and you still decide to do, then that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
Yes.
part.
yeah, I just
And
wanted to say that was very important. That's a very pivotal point in my life, is raising my kids.
and I think that's good. And a lot of people like to say, well, I'm stopping the cycle. I don't even like to call it that. Like to say I'm stopping a cycle. What I'm doing is I'm starting a new cycle.
Yeah,
We are
exactly.
starting our own cycles, our own traditions. And I love what you said about changing your blueprint, because you absolutely can. You do not have to stick with those things that were left with you when they do not fit. They are not a part of who you want to be as an adult, as a
Right.
functioning adult in this world. We have to learn how to let all that trauma go,
Right.
how to let all the hurt go, how to let all the pain go. And that's not really the topic, totally the topic. So we're going to bring it back around to what our topic is today: mastering stress and anxiety. And
But
I
don't
want to,
you?
they're
I'm
very,
sorry.
they're very intertwined,
Yeah,
but I want
because
to get some foundational things out first, and
okay,
then
okay.
we can circle back around to that topic. So let's talk a little bit just first about kind of level set about what is stress, right? Stress is your body's reaction to any change that requires an adjustment or some sort of response. At the most base level, that is what stress is. All stress is not bad stress, right? You have distress and you have eustress. Distress is that bad stress that can be crippling, can be harmful, especially when it's chronic and unmanaged. But you also have eustress, which can be beneficial and motivating, like, okay, this is a new challenge. Now, how do I tackle this challenge?
Mhm.
Right. So I want to make sure that we're clear because most people, when you think of stress, you're only thinking of the negative types of stress. But I want to make sure that we're clear that there are positive stresses. But distress that can lead to heart disease, depression, increased anxiety, right?
Right.
And especially with Black women, studies have shown that Black women, we pretty much experience unique stressors that's one related to race, related to gender bias, right? Microaggressions in the workplace, this superwoman syndrome that we've all, kind of put that cape on, being everybody's protector, everybody's motivator, everybody's foundation, everybody's everything, and not being those same things to ourselves first,
Mhm.
right? Those things bring on more stress in our lives. Add on workplace stress. Now we're dealing with microaggressions.
Right.
We're dealing with feeling unseen, unheard, unacknowledged, unappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we're working three times as hard to be seen like we're average, even though we're surpassing everybody else.
Ooh, say
So I wanted to kind of
Excuse me.
level set when we talk about the stresses that I feel like sometimes as Black women are a little bit different for us, right? So now we can kind of bring it back around to these other topics. So I just wanted to make sure that we were kind of level setting on just what is stress, the good, the bad, the ugly of it, and then how do we navigate? Okay. So let me ask you guys, when you're dealing with stress, how do you kind of recognize between is this stress I'm feeling this good stress is kind of motivating and spurring me, or am I in distress?
So this weekend, my goddaughter had a baby shower, and my son was going to be helping move somebody. My husband was going to go do a different activity, and somebody needed to doggone go and represent for her side of the family and stuff.
Mhm.
Dude, the stress was so doggone bad. I did because my days of driving for hours, like
that.
actually enjoying or doing the long treks are far behind me because I'm either
Right.
with my husband or I'm with my son and they're driving and stuff. Child, can I tell you, I had to pull over because of the stress that I was. I love my goddaughter more than I love my nerves getting on my doggone nerves and stuff. And I drove. I couldn't even get an hour away before I had to pull over to use the bathroom. And then here's my period. My period is wayward. Okay, my period plays peekaboo, but the bitch showed up on time.
Right. Add more stress on top of stress.
But I did make it there. She was so happy. She was so beautiful. And I almost stayed, but I was like, no, I need to go. It was perfect weather and all of the things. And I got back home. Lord have mercy, my nerves, my nerves. Oh my God, my nerves. I had to do some self medicating to, yeah, get
Yeah,
back right and stuff.
yeah, you
So,
gotta love on yourself once you're dealing with a
yeah.
lot of stress. Especially driving can be very hectic and stressful.
Yeah.
Look, come on to Atlanta and try that here. You will be stressed, upset, angry, road
I
rage,
have
all
real
the things.
conversations with myself. Okay, wait. And then she's even says, like, I already know about you. She's like,
Right.
if you don't feel comfortable driving, you can just stay home. Ma'am, stay home. This is the second go round. This is my second grandbaby coming along.
Mhm. Gotta
It
be
was,
there.
but I did it though. I was scared, but I did it anyway. And I'm here to tell about it. But my period though, that's a different conversation. Very rude, very, very
Very
like,
disrespectful.
hey.
Well, I don't have those anymore, so we don't.
Who invited you?
I don't have those. So what
I'm
about you, Tara?
Neither do I.
What about you, Tara? What are, let's say, I'm gonna ask you a different question. So what are some strategies that you to employ to deal with distress? Your triggers that are coming, what are some things that help you?
Um, one of the things that I've learned about myself is that when I start my day with an intention to be at peace, whether it's I love to hike and take long walks and maybe do a meditation, whatever. When I start my day with an intention, I stay ahead of the curve of anything else coming. Um, so that is one of the things that I do. I also pay attention to, like I doing my work, my self work, I've gotten a chance to see what my triggers are. You
Mm.
know, so I've got to pay. I started paying attention to the things that triggered me. That maybe a conversation from. I have an aunt who I love dearly, but she has a manipulative way of
Mm.
talking to me that I can hear it as soon as I as soon as I pick up the phone, because she'll go, "Hello," or she'll go, "Hi." Or she'll go, and I go, okay, so this is the voice that we're playing with today. This is what I'm about to get. Now, if I don't answer the phone with an intention, with my intention, and I see her
Mm.
name, then I get sucked into her intention. Because
Mm.
when people
Wow.
call you, they have an intention. They have a
Yeah.
reason why they're calling you. We don't always answer the phone with an intention. We just pick up the phone. So what
Yeah.
I've learned to do is whoever's calling me, look and go, okay, this person usually comes with nothing. I can just answer the phone. But if I know this person usually comes with a multitude of
Yes.
personalities that I may have to deal with, then I have to either go, hey, babe, you know what? Let me call you back. Or just
Cut it
send them
right
the
on
voice,
off.
get my intention, then pick up
Mm-hmm.
the phone and answer. Now I'm coming ahead of the curve again. So it's
That's
really
good.
Yeah, I
staying
like
ahead of those things that I know trigger me. And
I
that's one
love
of the ways. But starting my day is very, very important. Being positive. I'm starting with gratitude now, even when I don't feel like writing, I'm grateful for. I just want to lay here and watch TV. I said, no, you're gonna write before you do anything. Just start your day there. So that's kind of my tools. Those are my tools.
Oh,
I like it.
I love that. I love that. Starting with an intention. And about that phone thing, baby, there are certain people when I see their name on my phone, I literally have to be like, okay, let
Mhm.
me get myself in the right frame of mind. And there are sometimes when I will not answer because
Exactly.
they cause me so much stress. And I love my peace above all
Oh,
else.
You better say that.
Okay. I've learned to love my peace more than I love somebody else's stress.
Woo.
'Cause I'm only
oh, I love
look,
it.
you got to clack on that one. You got to put a little clack on that one, okay? Because I love my
Where's
peace
my
more than
fan?
I love my
Damn.
where
I put a
is your
little
fan,
clip out.
Paulette?
Let me
That's
see. Let me get one of my little ones, cause like y'all, you got to keep a couple at your desk and stuff. So I got my
you always got to keep a fan somewhere.
yes, I have one.
Okay.
Paulette
Well,
don't
I
have
would have one if I wasn't in my car doing this because I got 3 fans at home. But so I'm gonna go
Yes.
with my hands.
look, we love a good fan.
Go, child.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So what about you, Paulette? What are some things? Because I know you got a multitude of things that you do to help manage
Just
your
the eye
stress.
roll for me. It was the eye roll for me.
Who, me?
Yes, I saw it, ma'am.
Oh,
I saw it. I saw it.
well, one of the biggest thing that I do is I two things. One, prayer. Prayer is the biggest thing. But it's prayer and meditation for me. And I wait until everybody's gone from the house and kids are gone to school, all of that. And I walk through my house and open up the windows, let the sun shine in, right? That's the first thing. And then I immediately begin verbally being grateful. And then I pray. I don't pray and beg because that's a no, right? I am praying for clarity for the day. I am thanking God for that clarity. God, universe, whoever. I don't, how sometimes you be offended some folk. We not here to offend, but it's really about the clarity for me that I need throughout the day. I actually just had my first session of the day. And then I pray continuously. I fervently pray throughout the day. Like they say, pray without ceasing, because I still need to be able to hear. And then the other thing is I do attribute my daily walk in what I'm doing with Brownstone Worldwide with a 6 list. The 6 most important things to do for the day. It is a mantra that I live by. Leanne knows I have a planner. I'm about to show it to y'all, and then I'm gonna hush and go back to what I'm doing. Here it is. This is the one for Q1 and 2. Okay, it's written in every day. I don't play about it because it keeps me aligned with what I have to do every day.
Now, and I love that. You know, look, I make journals, planners, all of the things. Sometimes I can't remember which one I was writing in because I just start picking them up. I just one over there. There's usually one sitting at this desk over here. There's one in my desk over there. I keep multiple because that journaling, writing, just kind of getting my feelings out. I think it's better when I can get things out of my head and onto the paper, because then I can come back and look at it objectively. I am a Cancer, so I am I'm okay. I'm an emotional person. I'm sensitive, not always the most emotional, I'll say.
Because you're a thug and stuff.
That's it. You know it. Thug for life. Right? One of my friends was like, "You are so not." she was like, "You're about as hard as a baby's booty." I was like, you know what? That's rude. I was like, that is rude. I'm a thug in these streets. Don't let this move taste for you. Okay. But for me, I think when I'm looking, the first thing for me was, like you, Tara, is understanding my triggers. And being able to walk away from something in the moment. Sometimes you just need to walk away, excuse yourself, and go collect your thoughts, go ground, go meditate, go something to get yourself out of that immediate feeling, out of that immediate stress. I practice mindfulness, meaning I will do a full body scan, see how I'm feeling. We're not judging why we're feeling what we're feeling. I'm just getting to understand. That's how you learn your triggers. And that's how you learn how your body responds to stress. Instead of reacting, what I try to do is sit in, now let me scan, let me see what happened. Something happened over here, this trigger. Let me check my body and see how my body's doing. What's my mind doing? What am I thinking? And I found that helps calm me down. It'll help center me. I'm definitely going to put on some music, because music is my life. I have music going all day, every day. And then I also practice deep breathing techniques. And if you're not starting your day with gratitude, what are you doing in this world? Right? You can start and write 3 things. It could be the beginning of the day or the end of the day. I actually like you could do both. Start your day by what are 3 things that you are grateful for in this moment. And then you can end your day with, what are 3 good things that happened to me today that I'm thankful and grateful for? You do that for 30 days. See if a lot of things don't shift in your life. Yeah. Because we get so attuned to the negative and focusing on the negative, you draw what you are most focused on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very interesting when we're talking about those triggers that we become very comfortable being in that space. Because that's kind of what we've known and done for so long. It becomes, our habits, our habits then become our behavior, and we become very comfortable in that space. So that's why for some people it's very hard to move beyond, because they just feel like, I'm more comfortable in being uncomfortable. And the work that it takes to move beyond that is a lot of work now, because you've been doing it longer than you have not been doing it. So it's really a programming of yourself. And that's why I'm saying you got to rewrite that blueprint. And then once you rewrite that, then you got to write a script that you want to live out and live that thing out. And on days when they want to go back to the old tape, when it's like, but you got to have accountability people. Then I go to Now, ironically enough, is my 25-year-old son who I've raised, who's like, bam, on. I said, hey, he goes, yeah, well, mom, look at it like this. Boom, 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 boom. I said, okay, thank you. I got it. Moving on.
Yeah.
Because my triggers are so embedded because they were here for 16 years.
Yep.
And I gave him different tools. So what he's running from is very different than what I'm not running from. Running on is very different than what I'm running on, because I'm still cementing and breaking the cement. So it's really understanding that we're going to be more attracted to our old way. And then when we don't actually, when we're not able to move beyond it as quickly, we got to give ourselves some grace.
Yes.
That grace is a big thing. We don't give ourselves enough grace. We are normally so much harder on ourselves than we're on everybody else. We will give everybody else every chance.
Yes.
But the minute we don't live up to what we see of ourselves, give yourself grace. We are all learning and growing and changing daily. I am not the person I was yesterday. Definitely not the person I was last year. I'm a whole different person. I learned this walk of being Leanne. Paulette could tell you that may change every damn day.
Well, I mean, that goes with the territory with all of us, though.
So, yes.
Hopefully,
hopefully,
because if not, that means you're not moving. You're doing the same thing you did yesterday, but expecting a different result with your life. It's like
the definition of insanity.
Insanity.
You can't do the same thing, be the same person, not grow. I would never want to look at myself in 10 years and see that I'm still the same person.
Yeah.
That means I have not taken any of the lessons that have been put in front of me and applied anything to my life. When you pray, what we have to realize is that uncomfortableness is teaching us the thing that we are praying, hoping, and wishing for. The change that you want is on the other side of that uncomfortableness.
Say that.
The stress that you're going through, figure out what those triggers are. Sometimes you got to remove people, places, and things from your life.
That's the word. Where my fan at?
Where your fan? Look, okay?
You remove people, places, and things.
And the hardest people are your family, and most of the time, that's the people that you almost really got.
That's the ones that you need to. Yes. Especially parents. How many people have toxic parents and they don't know how to position their parents in their lives? We talk about boundaries a lot on this show. First boundary you have to set is with yourself. And this is talking about stress and mindfulness and all those things, because these are the tools that are going to help you. The first boundary you set is with yourself. You have to know you. You have to know what your triggers are, who your triggers are coming from, and how you react to those triggers, because we don't want to continue to act the same way. I'm going to tell y'all a brief little story. I'm going to let y'all into some of my business today.
Okay, come on, spill the tea, honey.
So we've talked about it on the show before. I didn't grow up with my father.
Yeah.
And Paulette knows the story I'm about to tell. I didn't grow up with my father. He lived 4 blocks from me up through my high school years. But he was a stranger to me. Okay. My mother died when I was 4. Well, that's open for debate, but we're going to say she died when I was 4. What I didn't connect was, in my adult life, I really have suffered from feelings of feeling unlovable, unwanted. I was the biggest commitment phobe. Anytime somebody tried to throw some commitment towards me, I was gone. Because you're just going to leave anyway. Everybody who loves me leaves. Right?
Ooh, that's deep.
Deep. My father's family has never acknowledged me. I don't even, well, we're going to say he's my father. I don't know. That's the cycle we're in now. I had a potential cousin who found me on Ancestry, and he was the first person from that side of the family that actually was interested in meeting me, talked to my grandmother, who is still alive, who my father, when I was 15, told me she was dead. We ain't going to talk about that. The fact that I have a little brother. All these things are stress, layers and layers of stress that I
Yes.
just tucked away in a box. How many
Yeah.
people do that? We just take those stressors, we take the bad experiences, and we just gonna lock it away. And if I don't think
Mhm.
about it, it won't harm me anymore.
Right.
Right.
But what we're doing is we're letting it build. It's like gas inside of a closed container. Eventually,
It's gonna
it's
blow.
going to expand, it's going to bust.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's
how it
true.
was manifesting in my life is I now have this anxious attachment style that I blow up on people. And I've had to learn how to, and I'm learning, not even learn, I'm learning how to stop, assess. Like the things I say are really things that I do in my life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do a body scan, assess, so that I can stop reacting out of emotion and react out of logic, react out of reality, because your
Mhm.
mind can play tricks on you and tell you nobody likes you, nobody loves you, nobody wants you, blah, blah, blah. All those negative things.
Mhm. Mhm.
We have to know it's just a trigger. It's just a trigger and it is not real. So we
Yeah.
have to get our tools together, y'all. We got to get our tools together.
Okay, so I know you got some tools. I'm ready for the tools. Listen.
Well, let's get some tools in. Let's get some tools. Well, first I got to do some station identification so my boss don't get mad at me. You know,
Stop.
show and play, show and play. So you are tuned into the Wake Up Happy Sis show on KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we're changing the narrative for our Black people because we are always telling our stories our way, and we're unapologetic about it over here. Okay, so if you don't like it, you can just move around. So, gonna do a brief little commercial, and then we're gonna come right back. We're gonna finish talking to Tara and to Dr. Clark, and we're gonna get into some actual tools, things that you can do right now to help you out. Hey, sis. Ever feel like you're on the verge of a meltdown? Are you overwhelmed from juggling your job, your family, and trying to fit in me time, but seriously dropping the ball on that last one? Guess what? You're not alone. Introducing the Burnout Recovery Kit. It's your 14-day lifeline to go from burnt out to lit up. Get ready to reclaim your joy, energy, and that I got this attitude. Grab your free ebook, a purpose-driven workbook, daily email prompts, as well as SMS boosters and Q&A sessions. It's like a spa day for your soul, and guess what? It's totally free. Don't waste another minute feeling drained. Go to officialburnoutrecoverykit.com right now and kickstart your transformation. The Burnout Recovery Kit, because you deserve to be at the top of your own to-do list. Don't just cope, thrive, sis. I always have to just let that play for a minute, let that music ride out. That's a smooth ass beat. So let's talk strategies and tips. We're gonna go round robin because I don't want to do all the talking. I got a lot of tips though. But let's just talk through some tips. We've already given a couple of what are the things that we do. This is I'm gonna start so we can create routines in your life, right? Create routines. But you can create routines for mindfulness. You can create morning routines. You can create evening routines. But creating these routines, it helps bring structure and organization to your life. It stops though, well, it's not going to stop it, but it's going to help limit the chaos that goes on because we don't know what we're supposed to be doing next. Paulette's 6 list is a prime example of that. Starting your day with intention, right? You get up, you meditate, you pray, you wash your face, you drink your coffee, you sit, but start a routine. Consistency is the biggest thing when you're trying to manage stress and anxiety is consistency of these routines, because we have to learn how to have structure, have order, adding in those different little tools that we've learned.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when something out of the ordinary comes, sometimes you don't know how to navigate or react to it. But having that routine is going to start. Then you're going to have this trigger that comes in, tries to throw everything off balance. How do you get back to your normal routine? How do I get back to my order, to my happy place? Sometimes those routines can be a big, big part of it. I'm a big fan of a good morning routine, baby. Big fan of good morning routine. So, who would like to drop a tip for everybody?
What was the question again? Oh, I'm so bad.
We're doing tips, Paulette. Tips for helping you manage your
Oh,
stress.
and I was the one that kicked off the
You were
commercial
the one
break.
that asked about it, and then you don't. You know what?
So listen, let me go first so I can hurt.
Yeah.
So my tip is I'm gonna go back to the original prayer and meditation. Pray without ceasing. Stop your day and say this: if things get out of control, pause. If you get a trigger, disconnect. Even if that means if you're talking to somebody, hang up the phone because you know what's triggering you, right? Stop all connection, stop all contact. You have to save yourself. You're in stuff. You got to be like Cookie was. I got to save myself, Lucius. I got to save myself.
In
right?
that
Save yourself, right? You got first. You have to do that. And then lastly is stick to your list. And I attribute my life to this list. I do it. This has been something I told Mary Kay, y'all. And I learned about the 6 list when I was a Mary Kay consultant and I was weighing about 130 pounds in my early 20s, right? And one of the things I was having a sad moment. So one of the things that we did was we wrote the 6 list out every day. You may not finish all of the 6 lists, but what you do is you always refer back to it so that you can remain on task. That is part of what Leanne was talking about with the routine. And whatever you don't finish for the day, you just carry that over like you do in math. You carry the remainder over to the next day and let that be the top of the things that you need to finish for. And it gives you that structure and that order that you're looking for. So prayer and order. I cannot agree more.
Okay. Tara, do you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, everything that everyone's saying is absolutely on point. So I'll add to that some additional things because those are all the things that I do and I would suggest. Um, I have a saying that a little quote that I remind myself when life gets like, oh, and I say, I woke up today, everything else is profit. So without that opportunity, Paulette, fantastic.
That was definitely a clackable moment.
Yes.
So that is almost like a kick you quickly back into gears. Like, wait a minute, I get a chance to try to do this again. I get an opportunity to step into this and make my life something today, possibly. So once I do that, one of the other things I would suggest is that, we all have gone through challenges. I don't know, not one person can say that they've scathed this life and they just went through and it's all smooth sailing without anybody or anything aggravating them. But, excuse me. But we can all look back and remember when we didn't think we were going to make it through that. And we were like, even if it was just a boyfriend or girlfriend, that's just my life, my soul, my heart. I'm dying. This is going to be the worst. And 5 years later, you go, oh, I'm so glad I didn't land up with that dude or that girl.
Yes.
Really reflecting on the times when you didn't think that you could make it through and you did. And you found a way, because that also kicks you into gear. And one of the last things I want to say is, life for me and for all of us is really, when you think about life, you think of it as a production, a play, a stage. They say life is a stage. And all of these people in my day, I've invited into my world. And just like a play, I could write them out of my script. You no longer deserve to be in my production. I'm not going to sit here and watch you in a play that I've written. Now you come and play a part. I don't even like you. I don't like this character, because if I'm watching a
Come
TV show and I
on.
don't like it, I'm what? I'm gonna change the channel.
You
So create the script of your life for that day that you want to live out. So when you got up, you meditate, you set your intention, then write a script today. You know what? Today I'm going to be fabulous all day, and I'm going to walk in with a beautiful energy, and you watch how your day shifts. The moment you start to walk into your with that energy and that intention, and I'm going to be this, and I'm going to do that, and I want to meet this kind of person, and I want to meet that, and I want to. Life brings you exactly that as a magnet. So
I'm ready to burn down this room.
that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Because if you ever hear me say, go with God, Crispy, you have been now written out of the play. You out the production, baby.
Come on now.
You out the production. If I ever have to say to you, go, and I will say these words, I've said it to people, go with God, Crispy, because that was how mother from Sister Act 2 let Crispy go. She was like, go with God, Crispy. And that's what I tell you.
So y'all don't have no problem giving people the gift of goodbye. Is that what
it's
I'm
hard?
hearing?
I'm not saying it's hard. I'm not saying it's hard to do. Right? It's not hard. It's very hard to do, but sometimes it is necessary. And sometimes you have to choose you. We have to choose us sometimes and stop choosing everybody else. But that doesn't mean we don't struggle with it.
Yeah.
You know, I struggle with it sometimes, especially as a Cancer. I'm a heavy attacher. Once I'm attached to you,
that's them claws.
Yeah, it's never easy. And like you, Leanne, you know, I don't know if it was, I lost my mother at a very early age. My father was not really involved in my life, and I still deal with, you know, that issue, you know, and so it is hard to not be kind all the time and not be, you know, but then you get to a point, and I'm also from the South Bronx. I'm like, you know, there's this slightly, you know, this fighter in me that has to survive, you know, through things. So a lot of times I'd rather hurt myself than hurt you. And I had to learn that, ooh, that doesn't work. That's not a good place to be. You know, I'm making sure you're okay, but you're not making sure I'm okay.
Ooh.
So it is hard sometimes, but you know, as you get more wisdom in life and you age, and also you just have more experiences, you learn one day, you go, this is not working. This is working. So do you want to keep riding out life like this, or do you want to make a different decision so your life can be different? Because I don't want to be, you know, 90 and then looking back on, well, if I'd have just said something, if I'd have just be the right. I don't want to do that. So yeah.
Yes.
Leanne has two sides. There's Leanne and there's Alexis.
Oh, girl, me too. My birth name is Deborah. There's Deborah and Tara. Two different, totally different people.
Yeah, Leanne's the nice one. Let me just put it that way. Leanne's the nice one. Alexis is the protector. And no, I'm not. I don't have multiple personalities. They saw.
How you know though?
Because
we all do in some kind of way.
No, I mean like multiple personality,
undiagnosed. Put it like that.
Either way. Alexis is the protector. She catty and shit too. So you don't want to mess with her. Leave her alone. Just leave her alone. Walk away, and your feelings won't get hurt. Right? But those are things that we set up to protect ourselves from these triggers. So did you go, Sharonda? Did you give a tip? Okay.
Go.
Okay. You know, I got all of them now. This is what I'm gonna tell you, right? We need to get into some psychology, a little psychology here, because for me, my tip for y'all is cognitive behavioral techniques. Okay, and that's like challenging our negative thoughts. How often, when you have a negative thought, do you really challenge that thought?
Right.
And if it means you now have to take that thought, write it down, and you write the things that aren't true about that statement. We have to challenge the negative thoughts in our mind. You have millions of thoughts every day. There's no way that you can think that there's not going to be a lot of negative ones that are going to pop up. All your fears, all your worries, all your trauma. That's why it's a journey and not a destination, because healed should be healing, because there's always something, that one person that can trigger you back.
Yeah.
And now Alexis is coming out. We trying to keep her back there, right? So doing that, reframing your mindset, working really hard. If you have to tell yourself a good affirmation every day, baby, I got some for you right here. You know, I got the deck.
She got a deck of cards, y'all.
I got a deck of affirmations. If you need to tell yourself that and look yourself in the mirror, put it on your mirror. And every time you walk past it, you say it to yourself and look yourself in the eyes while you're saying it. Because you have to reframe and retrain your mind from the old way of thinking, from the trauma that's been left with you. Because that's usually what it is. They're trauma responses. Us protecting that little girl, little boy who was hurt, who is still hurt, right? And then set some realistic goals. You have that 6 list, sometimes just having those small successes and celebrating those small successes. If I got 6 things and I got 3 of them done, well, damn it, I was accomplished today. Because there are days when I got a 6 list and there was nothing. I come up at the end of the day and I'm like, I don't even know what I did with the whole day. Right? So work on our mindset. If we work on our mindset and loving ourselves and really coming with that mindset approach from a loving myself first perspective, it'll make, that's going to make it easier to reframe your mindset. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. It's easier when you come from a perspective of loving yourself, but do you love yourself? Some people don't yet.
You know what else I want to add to that note? I have moved from, when the phrase that you really can't love anybody till you love yourself. That's been thrown around, and most people don't even love themselves. They just say, well, you can't love. I've removed that whole thing. I said, I have fallen in love with myself. Because once I have, and that is what I'm diligently working on, because when I stop looking to fall in love with a man, to fall in love, then when this person comes in, they enhance me. I cannot be disappointed because I never fell in love with them. They enhance the person I fell in love with is me. So I'm bringing everything I need to myself. And it's a beautiful experience together, but you can't break me any longer because I never fell in love with you. Because people can't give you any more than they can give themselves. So, but we're expecting, because they feel good when they come into your room and they feel good when I'm so in love with you. No, I love the things that you're doing, but why not do that for myself? Why not just be so in love with myself that laying with you is a nice icing on the cake? So that's kind of what I'm working diligently on. It's just really falling in love. But Tara, I want to, girl, you like, come on, let's rub up on me some. And now, don't mind you, I love a man, and I would like to find one, but I just can't tolerate the lack of self-growth right now. And not that you have to be arrived, but or you just got to be diligently doing it, not just saying you're doing it, because I can read you now. Because I'm falling in love with myself is very important for me.
I tell people, this is one of the activities that I have people do, is I have them, which is just in line with that, Tara, is I have them write themselves a love letter. Write yourself a love letter. I had one girl, she was like, I couldn't do it. She's like, because I don't love the version. She's like, I didn't love the version of myself that I was. She said, I actually took that to my therapist. And that's another tip. Get professional help. Find a therapist, find a wellness coach, a lifestyle coach, somebody, not just your sister and them, your cousins and them. Find a real professional that can help you manage stress, manage anxiety, undo a lot of the trauma responses that we now just think are our personality. They're not. They're responses. You can unlearn all of those things.
And I just wanted to just say this, Leanne, really quick, and I'm glad you brought that up, and I don't want to talk long, but you said not your sister and them, not your cousins and them. Stop telling your issues and concerns to people who are not professionally trained to help you.
Yeah.
Because what you find, number one, is a deaf ear, no solution. And lastly, your business just might end up in them streets. Okay, I'm done.
But I
Mm.
want to piggyback off of that too. And Corinne said, but we're afraid of therapy. I don't think that it's we're afraid of therapy, but the stigma has in the Black community has always been what happens in our house stays in our
Mm.
house, and you don't go put these outside people in our business. And what it is another way to control us. It's another way to keep the trauma inside.
Yeah.
We can't be afraid of therapy. Look, and if you are afraid, this is what I'm going to tell you. Courage is not about I'm never afraid. Courage is, I am so damn afraid, but I'm doing it anyway.
Anyway.
But I'm doing it anyway. So what I will say to you, and not maybe not to you, but to whoever feels like, I don't even know, I just can't, you can get help. If you're not ready for a therapist, find a coach.
Yeah.
Find somebody who is a professional, not just somebody who says they're a coach.
Oh.
Find someone who is a professional.
She out here and people
help you. No, who can help you work through your issues.
No toes and junk.
I mean, look. When I don't even like to call myself a coach. I went and got certified. I have 3 different certifications. Yeah. Because what I never wanted to be, honestly, was a coach. I didn't. I was called and moved into this space. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And I'm going to make sure I have the actual tools so that I'm not further harming somebody. I am actually helping them just figure out what's already inside of them. I'm just here to help bring what's inside of you out.
Yeah.
I'm not fixing you, because you fix you. You are the person who can fix you. Can't nobody else fix you. Can't nobody else make you happy.
Come on
what
now.
I loved about what you said, Tara, is we look for our happiness in somebody else. I want a man who completes me. No, you don't.
You ought to be
complete. I am complete. And he is invited to love me with me. Ain't that what Eartha Kitt said? Ain't that what Eartha Kitt said? Eartha Kitt said it, and I believe it. I love me and invite him to love me with me.
With me. Yes.
Like he should be inviting me.
You love it, but it's not a requirement, because I'm
Think
already
about it. Just like he should be inviting me to love him with him. When you fall in love with yourself, it doesn't mean you won't get hurt.
Come on.
It's a part of life. But it means you're not going to die from it. It's not going to consume you and overwhelm you, and you lose yourself in a relationship.
Right.
Whether that's romantic, platonic, whatever. You be whole. You come whole. And that means all these stress triggers and things.
Absolutely, that part.
You know how to navigate these waters. So when the triggers come, because baby, they gonna come.
Always.
You're gonna have an app. You're gonna have a phone number you can call. You're gonna have these techniques. I call it your self-care toolkit, baby. What's in your toolkit? It may be a weighted blanket and a bottle of wine. Don't drink the whole bottle. Don't drink that whole bottle now.
I can't.
But, I mean, I can, because I have. I done sat at the house, and not because I was sad, because the wine was good and I was happy.
Right? I love that.
Right? But find what works for you. You have to find the things in your life that work for you. Your wellness and your healing journey is yours. It is unique to you.
Yeah.
What works for Tara may not work for me. What works for Sharonda may not work for Paulette. But as we give you all of these tools, you have to try some things out.
Yeah.
And see which works for you. Yours might be, you know what, I got the Calm app, or got one of these other apps. Because, Wake Up Happy Sis working on an app too, just so you know. Put it out there.
Why she gonna throw that out there? And
I'm gonna put it out there. Okay, I'm working on some things. Right? Go ahead, Tara.
No, I'm sitting in the parking lot of getting my windshield fixed for my car because we multitask.
We
So
do.
I don't mind staying on the call, but I gotta go check in at 8 so that I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
sitting.
we're about to wrap up now. We only got 5 minutes, so we are at the end of our show and doing our wrap up session because we be in on time.
Impressed, Paulette? You impressed, huh?
Paul, that's impressed because we've been real close on time every time. So yes. So as we wrap up this show today, this is what I want to say to you guys, and then I'm gonna let I'm gonna let y'all go first, then I'll say.
Let me go.
So Tara, as our fabulous guest today, tell the people what you've got going on, how they can connect with you, learn more about you.
Right now, I have a couple of projects that I've directed coming out, but I'm not sure I can talk about them yet. But so just go to follow me on social media. My name is spelled like below, Tara Bennett Smith on Facebook, and the Tara Bennett Smith on IG. I also have a book that I'm just about finished, called "Being Bigger, Better, Bolder, and Better: 3 Acts to Designing Your Blueprint and Rewriting Your Life Script." So I have that coming out, and I'm doing a big workshop, a seminar, I guess kind of 2-day retreat that I'm putting together for July, which will deal with mind, body, spirit, health, wellness, with speakers and all of that. And that's going to be in Burbank, California. And yeah, I'm just those are kind of my babies right now. I'm also just became chief content officer for a new production company that's based here in Germany, London, South Africa. So we have some really wonderful projects coming. But if you go to any of my pages, if I can remember to post things, you find it there. Because so that's kind of it. And just because I know we're going to be wrapping up and I got to run in, I want to say thank you all so much. This has been great. I'd love to come back anytime and chit chat some more. And I will make sure I don't have a broken windshield so that I don't have to, like, I could be sitting at my desk in my bedroom and we can talk for hours. But thank you so much, Leanne, for answering my Facebook my Facebook request to jump on your podcast. This has been wonderful and really aligned with who I am and the topics that I like to share to the world.
You are now a part of the Cityscape Radio and the Wake Up Happy Sis family. So you are more than welcome to come back on this show anytime. You can drop in anytime. You just hit me in the inbox. Hey, you can come back.
Okay. Sounds like a plan then. Sounds like a plan.
Right.
Can I pop and run in because I don't want to be late? Because
you can go right on out. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Pleasure.
All righty. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. I'm out of here too on my way to the VA.
Yep, gotta go.
Wellness and stuff. So have a great
make sure you head on over to Bookkeeping for Life. Get your books together. Get with Sharon because she's gonna get you right, gonna keep you right and tight with your books, okay?
All right, y'all.
All right. So as we wrap up,
yes, ma'am.
I just want to let you know, stress, anxiety, trauma does not have to stop your life.
Come on now, preach that.
It doesn't have to stop your life. Once you get the tools to help you navigate those rough waters, you will see that it's just a minor little blip in time. Yeah. It's a minor little inconvenience. It is not something that you need to focus on or feeling like it's going to end your life. I never want another woman, Black woman, to feel like my options include unaliving myself because I can't deal with the stress, the anxiety, and the things that have been left, the trauma that's been left with me.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage you to embrace the tools and the techniques that we've shared. You can head on over to wakeuphappysis.com. We've got some blog posts over there. You can head on over to brownstoneworldwide.com. We've got content over there that can help you, giving you the tips that you need to fill up your self-care toolbox because that's what we do here. We're learning how to live happy, healing, and fulfilling lives. We're learning how to be unapologetic about our self-care and putting ourselves first.
Absolutely.
2024, we are no longer putting others first. No longer are we putting ourselves. Look, if, as Tara said, life is a stage and it's a production, why are you not writing yourself in as the lead character in your production?
Bravo. That was well said. Well said. That was good. Good stuff.
Tell the people how they can learn more about all the fabulous shows and the things going on at Brownstone Worldwide.
All right. So first of all, Leanne, thank you for letting me be a part of today's show. It's always really awesome to sit in and listen. I listen. They don't know. I think they know. Well, I sit and I listen because we monitor the station throughout the day. And one of the shows I don't miss ever is Wake Up Happy Sis. Okay. Unless, of course, I've got something to do. So number one, Wake Up Happy Sis is a show that airs on Cityscape Radio. Which is cityscaperadio.com, as well as Cityscape, the app, which is available on your iOS or Android devices. Also, Leanne is a part of the Founders Circle, which is a part of Brownstone Worldwide. And that is where she has her own page and she creates her own content and all that stuff. And yes, guys, when you're listening to Leanne's show, she is one of the only ones that actually has a live show. We're really honored about that because she takes time to stop during the day to do that. So you can always check me out or check out brownstoneworldwide.com, where you can get news information, politics, music, entertainment, and things to help you live the Brownstone lifestyle. And not to mention, let's talk about Brownstone Living magazine, where we actually have Emmy-nominated actress Kelsey Scott on the cover for April. So we're really excited about that. If you have not already gotten your issue of the April issue for Brownstone Living magazine, you can always head over to brownstoneworldwide.com, and the April issue with the Nicole Johnson, financial strategist, is on the cover. You can tap that and get your digital copy today. All right. That's all.
And make sure, if you have a business, that you go and you check out the advertising packages that are available, right?
Yeah.
You get a lot of benefits, and you're supporting a Black business, a staple in the community, right? We're trying to make sure that we are taking care of us first, right? And we can't do that if we do not invest in ourselves, invest in our businesses. We'll go and spend all the money with the Nikes and with the big dogs, but when it comes, we don't have that same energy for our own brands. This isn't a new brand. Brownstone Worldwide been around.
Yep.
It's been around. It's more than 10 years old.
It's 15 years old, actually.
I
can't believe that.
So make sure that you head on over. And if you would like to know more about how you can get involved with Wake Up Happy Sis, you're just going to head on over to wakeuphappysis.com, and you're going to get on our mailing list. And that's how you can find out more about Wake Up Happy Sis, about me, about the programming that we have, some of the amazing things that we have coming down the pipeline, like our anthology, Gumbo for the Black Woman's Soul.
Come on, Gumbo. Come on, Gumbo. Yes.
One day when I get that cover, I might peek it. I might just peek it out for y'all. But y'all
I can't.
I might just give you a little peek. But there it is. Did you miss it? I don't know. So want to thank y'all for joining today. Another episode of the Wake Up Happy Sis show on KCCR Cityscape Radio. Are you listening though?
Are you listening? Are you listening?
So,
Cityscape Radio, y'all.
Yes. Make sure you check us out. I'm here every Monday and every Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I need you to have the day you're supposed to have, because as we talked about today, you can control how you respond to the triggers and the things that happen to you. Set that intention to have a blessed an amazing, a beautiful, a prosperous, and abundant
Right.
day. And with
Amen.
that, I think we out of here, Polly. What you think?
I think we out of here. I'm gonna go find some flavored beers.
Ooh, okay. Let me know when you find them.
Don't worry, you coming.
All right. See y'all later. We'll see y'all on Thursday.
See you later.
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Wake Up